We've seen many adaptations of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, and next week we're going to have the world premiere of something really special, a bilingual adaptation starring a female as Romeo. So joining us to talk about this, Vero, who plays Juliet. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I certainly can. I also have something very important to ask you at the end of this interview about a certain snack product that we've seen you in commercials for. But before we get to that, let's talk about Romeo and Juliet. Tell me about how making this a bilingual production and creating a character, Romeo, who is now female, changes the way that we view the play.
Yes. So first, Shakespeare in its time was so potent, so controversial. And I think by having Romeo be femme, it means that we keep it controversial for these times. And it's just as exciting as it was when it was first done.
Oh, that is very interesting. So are you bilingual?
Yes and no. So I grew up speaking Spanish and English in the household, but I mostly responded to my family in English and got my minor in Spanish at UC Berkeley.
Oh, yes. Come on, cowboys.
Yeah. So, but the only thing is that's kind of like Juliet in the sense that my character starts speaking Spanish when she meets Romeo, because she's been told not to speak Spanish in the household.
Oh, I see. So this is sort of like the forbidden fruit.
Yes.
Now, so this seems like, for the person who adapted this seems like a huge challenge because you're taking iambic pentameter and you're taking a rhyming scheme that is, the native English, and then you're having to translate it into Spanish. So has that been a challenge as an actor working on the production?
Yes and no. It's been such a gift and such a challenge at the same time. So the gift is that, at Shakespeare at the end of couplets sometimes will rhyme, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that means like someone is feeling something deeply or like that point is being made. So there are these literature things that happen in Shakespeare. And now the Spanish is just a completely new element. Like maybe we're feeling really deeply. Maybe Spanish is the only way that this can be expressed. So it creates for more juicy language, which is exciting.
Oh, that's really interesting. I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah, but in terms of the challenge, sometimes it really is a mind bend to be switching back and forth.
Well, yeah, because I mean, Shakespeare, just doing Shakespeare the way that it is written on the page is already enough. That's already a pretty high barrier to get over. But then adding the twist of including two languages is really something. So, bravo to you. I should also mention, this was supposed to be done 2 years ago. That was the original idea. You're finally able to get to do this now. And as an actor, that must feel like, I'm free.
Yes, I feel so blessed to be a part of this. There are folks who were a part of this who are no longer with us. Emilio Delgado, who was so beloved on Sesame Street.
Oh, of course.
And I didn't get to know him. He was originally playing my father, but his spirit is definitely present in the room.
I didn't know that. I had the chance to have dinner with Emilio a few years ago, and it was spectacular. And I didn't realize that he was supposed to be on this production. I'm so sorry for that loss because he was as kind as you wanted him to be.
Which is wild because Capulet's such a not kind character. But I hear so many wonderful things about him. And I just, that is one of the big thing that feels very potent is just like carrying this in his memory.
So tell me, when audiences walk away from this production and have seen your performance, what is it that you want them to carry with them out into the world that they may not have received just by seeing the movies or, the standard productions of Romeo and Juliet?
Thank you so much for asking that. Yes. So I think it is such a gift. This production is clearly so full of many gifts. But one of the things is that, at least in my experience of doing theater, I haven't always seen that queerness and bilinguality, and especially in terms of like Latinidad, whatever that means, right? in the same space. And I think it is so beautiful and important that people who only speak Spanish and people who only speak English, who are part of the Latina community, can be part of this healing and reckoning when it comes to queerness in our community. So I think it's such a special opportunity for a conversation to continue to be had around queerness in the Latina community.
Oh, I love that. And as a person of color and a person a part of the queer community, I embrace that so much. I'm so glad that you're a part of this. So I can't leave you without saying we're in love with this Cheez-It commercial that you're in. Look at her.
Oh my God.
She is giving us Cheez-It puffed realness. We need to ask, how many Cheez-Its were consumed on set, and did you get to go home with boxes of them?
So I was able to go home with the Cheez-It puffed. So this is my first commercial, and it was just such a blast. Yeah, I was able to go home with some puffed before they were on the market, and I sent them to my family, who loves Cheez-Its. So that was very exciting.
We love Cheez-Its too, and it's literally a blast watching the commercials because you take this like air gun and you shoot it into a regular Cheez-It, and then it puffs up into the puffs. And
oh my gosh!
I mean, who would?
It's so much. Yes, it truly is. My 90s kid self is living for this moment. And also, I just said Cheez-Its, and literally it's Cheez-It without the Z at the end.
What?
Which I know. I needed to correct myself, though.
Thank you for educating America today, Vero. Okay, we really appreciate you talking to us, and we'll be continuing to watch you in Cheez-It commercials and also in Romeo and Juliet, which runs from May 25th through June 19th at the Bruns Amphitheater in Orinda. For tickets, just go to calshakes.org. Thank you. You're a joy.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back. Bye.